Bam, and I guess we're back and we are live.
We are live.
Yeah.
Everybody check out the new mics. Everybody check
See how
out the
we
new
rolling with it now?
microphones.
This is how we rolling with it today.
Each week we are something new.
Something new, something different, just for y'all.
Just for y'all. I am Lashandra Hall.
And I am Christopher White.
And we are
Aspire to Inspire
TV.
And we are reporting live from Barnes & Nobles. Starbucks.
And we're back.
Oh, we're back live? Oh my goodness. Okay. We're going to situate this so that... Oh, this is the power of technology, right? So we just had a blackout and now we're back, and then it's showing me going live with the broadcast is being interrupted again. This is crazy.
But it's awesome because we're going to keep going because...
We're going to keep going. This is the power of technology, right? Okay. It's showing me doing this with the... Having fun with the phone. So yeah.
So we got one live audience member, and that's Christopher White. Thank you,
Yeah,
Christopher,
I'm the live audience.
for showing up today. But once again, my name is Lashandra Hall.
And I am Christopher White. And we are
Aspire to Inspire
TV.
TV.
Okay. So we're reporting live from Barnes & Nobles and Deerbrook Mall, as well as Starbucks. So we're just giving free pub out to everybody today. And it seems like they turned down the music just for us, since they know we film over here every day at 1 o'clock or 1-ish.
CP time, we're going to work on it.
Hey, we're working on it. We had some technical difficulties, but we're going to put that back. So everybody's in here shopping, getting their read on.
Yes.
And hey, you know what? I don't like watching me live while going live, so I'm going to turn the volume down on this.
It's funny.
Okay.
But let me ask you this, Chris. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. Matter of fact.
Great.
How are you today?
I'm great. And I asked that because on my way here, I shot a quick little live video, and I wanted to make sure that people knew that it was very important that they were excited about life today.
Wow, being excited about life.
Yeah, excited about life.
It's funny that people wake up sometimes and they're already in a bad mood when they wake up. Every morning I wake up, I'm happy to be above ground.
I'm happy.
I'm excited. Usually it's hard for me to go to sleep.
Because I'm planning because I'm looking forward to the next day. Oh, yes.
And I don't understand when people don't look forward to the next day.
We look forward to it.
Some people live for Fridays because they have the 2-day weekend and whatnot.
Right.
I live for every day.
Every day.
So, the topic of today's show is what you believe is what you become.
What you believe is what you become.
So, to go back and talk about what you initially started talking about, which was being excited about life, that plays directly okay every day. It's something. See, you don't know what to expect with this show, because sometimes you have everything and it's perfectly aligned and it's just what it is. And hey, just like life, you adjust on the fly. Life is happening to you, react to it and live it. Real talk. So are you watching me live now as well? Okay, just curious. So sometimes what people believe in themselves and what people allow others to believe in them hinders them to the point where they don't allow themselves to grow. Whether it's in business, whether it's personally, you can see it. And sometimes it starts farther back than you would assume. And you see a lot of parents with kids that tell the kids, don't do this, don't do that, because it didn't work for me, or I was afraid to do it. It doesn't mean that your child is afraid to do it. They're actually willing to take a chance and more risk because they don't know what the dangers are.
Right, and normally kids without experience normally tend to go against the grain.
Exactly.
Just because you told them not to do it, they want to do it.
So let me ask you a question. You're a former athlete, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now,
I still can ball, Chris.
You can. She says she can ball. We're gonna have to. Hey, you know what? We've been saying we're gonna shoot a live episode from the gym, and I'm gonna hold her to that. I want to see if she can ball. We're gonna mic her up, and we're gonna give her some chance to see if she can do what Steph Curry does, and if she can't, we're gonna call her out to the carpet.
Call me out, okay?
So, but you know, it's funny how a coach can encourage you, can motivate you, and instill certain things and ideals in you to make you a better player. And that goes directly into your belief system. If you believe that you're a better athlete than what you're showing, you're going to work to showcase that, correct?
Of course, yeah.
And what a lot of people don't do in life, they don't allow themselves to showcase those talents.
Right.
So they're hindering themselves.
Right.
I believe strongly in what I do, who I've become, what I've been through. I've always trusted my struggle, and I've always believed that I was going to be something great. We have this saying in our household, and it's a phobia. It's a fear of being average. We do not believe in mediocrity in the White household. So we believe strongly
Wait a minute, did y'all hear that? The White household.
Yeah, it's the White House. Casablanca, for real. So you have to have a strong belief in, listen, you didn't know you were going to be a great author. You assumed you would be, but that assumption turned into strong, hardcore beliefs, and that allows you to further your writing. Correct?
Right. I never assume, Chris.
Okay.
Because I never assume. Because if you assume things, I think you're not going to work as hard as you should. Because you never assume things are going to come to you. Now, when I learned that I had a talent, then I was able to, my personality and my character allows me to take something on by the head and let's go.
Right.
So when I learned that I had the talent, I actually said, hey, you have this, don't waste it.
Right.
So you need to do the work so that you can be the best that you can be.
Is that more so talent, or is that more drive and ambition?
And ambition, for sure. Drive and ambition, because you can have talent all day, but if you don't have any drive and ambition to see it through, it will sit on the shelf.
Right. I used to have this belief, and I'm sharing this with you now, and I'm sharing this with the world live. I used to feel like God cursed me. I felt like God cursed me
with too many talents.
With too much ambition. To have the ambition, I have a level of ambition that's so high. It's unreal. It's like it was supposed to be spread out between my siblings and myself. And for some reason, since I was the firstborn, he gave pretty much everything to me. So I'm trying to overachieve and succeed on a level that's commensurate with where I feel I should be.
Right.
So I've always had this drive. I've always had this determination. And when you have those three ingredients within someone, I guess I don't want to term myself special, but when you have those three ingredients mixed together, it can be great for you, or it can be a detriment. Mm-hmm. So I had the shirt that I created, and it said, I have ADD, what's your excuse? And someone said, you came out and told people that you have ADD? I said, well, it's a different definition of ADD.
Right.
And he said, what do you mean? Because it said hashtag ambition, drive, determination. And he said, oh, I get it. I have ADD also. And I said, really? So what are you doing to showcase that?
Right.
You find yourself having so much ambition that you end up venturing into multiple spectrums throughout life.
Right.
You're an author.
Right.
You're a businesswoman.
Right.
You have degrees.
Right.
You have so many different skill sets that you can fall back on as a resource.
Right.
If you were just average and you settled and you were a settling type of person,
yeah,
you would not have achieved what you've achieved.
Yeah, my mind won't let me be average.
Exactly.
Yeah, my mind.
What you become is what you believe is what you
believe is what you become.
Exactly.
Yeah, my mind won't let me be average, and there's something about wanting to be better than the next, or not so much better than the next, but better than my old self.
There you go.
Better than my old self.
Because sometimes we think we're in competition with someone else,
right? But I'm really in competition with myself. Because
exactly.
if I've done something, I normally have a checklist, and I write things down, and once I've accomplished that, I move on to the next, and just like with my writings, that's why I write in different genres, because once I wrote a poetry book, okay, now I need a fiction book. Now
right.
A fiction book, okay, I need a self-help book. Now self-help, I need a children's book.
Right.
The next book I work on is going to be a true fiction, science fiction type book.
Wow.
And that's challenging myself. And if you don't challenge yourself, then who's going to challenge you?
Exactly. You're absolutely right. I used to always talk to my brother Anthony Chapman, and he's always tell me, he said, man, I'm not in competition with everyone in the field when he ran track.
Right.
He said, I'm in competition with the track and the time.
The clock, for sure.
So you're racing the clock, which means you're racing yourself. Because if you run your best race, you're going to surprise yourself.
Right.
And a lot of times I think people are in competition with everyone else but themselves.
Right.
When I used to be in competition with a lot of different people, and I used to really have to talk up to a certain level so that I was forced to back up that talk. And once I got to the point where I realized I don't have to prove anything to anyone else other than myself, a whole new person was born.
Yeah.
An entirely new person was born. And so I encourage everyone, challenge yourself. Because the more you challenge that person that looks back at you in the mirror, guess what? You're going to surprise yourself. You're going to end up doing things. You're going to become something that you always imagined that you would be. So what you believe is truly what you become. And that's not just a statement, something nice and fly to say. That's some real hardcore stuff.
Right. What you believe is what you become.
So what about people who don't have a strong belief system in anything?
Well, I think the first thing to do is find some type of belief, whether it's God or whatever higher power you choose to believe in. I believe in God, so I really can't understand any other, but I don't shun on anybody else's beliefs. But you have to find something you can believe in, and most definitely pray, and most definitely just find that niche. And then once you do that, most definitely believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will.
No one. You
have to know your value, and once you know your value, then you can determine the value and quality of your life, and what you want your life to accomplish. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And it's just about believing in yourself. And once you find that talent, we all have gifts. God gave us all gifts, and just know that the gifts that He gave us, He didn't give them to us for them to sit. It's a reason.
It's funny when you see certain people who have just unbelievable talents and gifts,
right?
And they do nothing with them.
Well, it goes back to people knowing their value, because we have talented people. I'll give you an example. Singers. We have so many people that can sing. Like old school church singing, but they don't believe in themselves. Other people believe in them more than they believe in themselves.
Right.
So they're fearful of being great, or fearful of singing in front of people, and they feel like they don't deserve to be on that platform. But the only question I can ask is, why not?
Why not? It's funny that you brought that up. There are so many people that I've worked with that I've believed in more than they've believed in themselves. And I always ask, if I'm the person that's believing in you more than you're believing in yourself, you're not going to go too far.
Right.
Because I'm limited on what I might be capable of doing for you.
You're basically limited on their belief.
Right.
Because you can push it. It's like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
And that's why I always say I don't motivate people. My objective is to inspire people. Because if you watch what I do, if you watch what Sean does, and that inspires you, and it motivates you to take that initial step to doing something, then so be it.
Right.
I just want to be that spark.
Right.
I don't have to cause the fire, but if I'm the spark that causes the fire in this person, and then they go down and they burn down the whole neighborhood, hey, that was the point, right?
Right.
That was the point. Sometimes you're going to be a spark to someone else.
Right.
I watched this young lady next to me, and it's funny watching her just grow and blossom into the person and to the businesswoman she's becoming, because it reinvigorates me. It puts me on a level where I say, wow, well, okay, I have someone that's giving me some go. And when I say giving me some go, that means that if I'm on her basketball team, I don't have to know anything that she's going to do, but I can anticipate what's going to happen, which allows me to be free to do what I want to do.
Right.
She motivates me. Hopefully I motivate her.
Oh, for sure.
We create sparks in one another.
He definitely motivates me. This guy right here, he's humble, and that's the best way to be. But everything we do, I learned so much from him. It's ridiculous. And he's really a humble spirit. He's a goofy guy, and he's about his business. And we're like-minded, and we just really bounce off each other and grow. And he's just an amazing person. And he has so many things he can teach me, so many things that I don't know. But that's what you need. You need those types of people around you that can fill your circle,
True.
And
Positive reinforcement.
Positive reinforcement. I'm very thankful for him, because I definitely learned a lot from him. Because he always talk about my accolades and all this kind of stuff, but He's the real dude, okay? He's the real guy. I'm trying to be like him when I grow up.
No, yeah, right. You want to take my kids? You can have them. I'll send them to you to Aunt Sean. They can come visit Aunt Sean over the summer for 2 months.
Yeah, they're always welcome, but I gotta give them back.
but you see the synergy that's between us. That's just the belief in one another. I believe so strongly in what she does, and she believes so strongly in what I do. When we come together and we link up, it's a powerful team, and that's something it's very hard to replicate that type of synergy because it's organic. But if I didn't believe in who I was and what I was capable of doing, I couldn't do half of the things that I'm able to do with Sean.
And it wouldn't be as easy for me to believe in him. Like, it makes it easier on people when you believe in yourself and you're already pushing and you're already striving, because all I have to do is give him that extra push in a certain department and he's on his way. And same thing with me. You know, I believe in myself and all he has to do, I mean, I'm thinking, but he gives me that extra push, and because I believe in myself, I'm able to go all the way.
And you know, I was just speaking to a friend of mine. Her name is Chanel Blackmore, and I hope she's tuned in. But she just became the president of a women's group, women's auxiliary based in Dallas. I think it's called the Wealthy Sisters Network. That's what I believe it is. And she's a coach, and she helps people in business. She helps people in their personal life, and it's really centered around women. And I applaud that, because if no one's ever told you this, I'm telling you now, women, period, are the backbone to everything that goes on this planet.
Oh yeah. Not taking anything from the fellas. I mean, fellas, we appreciate
not taking
you too.
anything, and I'm a man, obviously.
Our backbones are definitely made a little different.
And it just reinforces the belief that I have in my head. I was raised by a single parent, which was my mother, and she instilled certain ideals into me, a certain belief system. And as I grew as a parent myself, I was able to impute those ideals into my kids. Mm-hmm. But when I see the things that women are doing, especially in business, the fastest growing demographic that's leading into business is women, especially women of color. And it's mind-blowing. I mean, it's growing at a rate that's going to surpass men within the next 2 years. You're talking about a growth rate of about 65%, because you're already equipped with the tools and the resources to be great business leaders.
Right, and women are just putting the paperwork with it.
Wow. But that's the belief system, that belief in yourself. When you see women stepping out and becoming powerful in not the workforce, but in the business field, oh man, you're saying something totally different. Something totally different. So I applaud that.
Salute
and I love
to the
see
women.
it. Exactly. Salute to the women. Because it's real. But that comes to believing in yourself and becoming what you truly want to be.
Right.
And some are entrepreneurs and some are mothers, some are great in both of those areas.
Right.
But you can take that motherly spirit and transfer that into business, because it's all about perspective.
Right.
Change that. Hey, I'm a caregiver. I take care of my kids at home. Well, it sounds like to me you're a
owner of a daycare or something.
Chief operating officer of a company.
Yeah.
Fortune 500 company.
Right.
Well, I do all the taxes in the house. Well, you're the chief accountant for your firm.
Right.
You know, it's that perspective. It's that belief. So I just wanted to give a shout out to the women out there, because
that's awesome.
You guys are incredible beings, and that's real. So, did I go off track?
No, you're fine. You're fine.
It's real. It's real. So I don't even want to try to dominate the conversation, but it just made me think.
No, I mean, it's a good word. We let it roll.
Let it roll. That's what we do. We let it go. We let it go.
So what do we say, Chris? When you believe,
you become.
When you believe in who you are what you become.
Exactly. What did we say on the last video? When you are who you say you are, that's what it is. I mean, she says she's an author. I said, show me.
I'm a published
She showed me
author.
6-7 books, and I'm like, hold up. I wasn't ready.
I met with
I
the
wasn't
radio
ready.
DJ, and he said that people tell him they're authors all the time, and I actually met him and gave him one of my copies. And normally,
Who's the DJ?
I won't say.
Is he from Houston? Is it a Houston DJ?
It's a Houston DJ. I won't say. But normally, I'll mail out copies to different people. But most of the time, I like to see people face to face.
Okay.
Because I like to let people see that I'm the real deal, Holyfield.
Right.
Like, I want you to see my work ethic and my face at the same time. I need you to get that wow factor right then and there. This
Name
is really
and the
you.
face is synonymous
This is
with
really
the work.
you. This is really what you're doing. You've done this, yes. And I'm here to tell you that let's move with this, because I'm not gonna, randomly just mail you something and hope for the best. I'm pushing for the best.
Exactly. Because you believe in yourself.
I believe in
Obviously,
myself.
to the point where you say, I want you to have this, I want you to see this.
Right.
I'm not afraid to say fail in front of you. So if you're going
Right.
to give me a no, it's going to be a good no.
It's gonna be a good no, because I'm right here, and you gotta tell me in my face.
Exactly.
Don't
Can't
send
tell
me
me
no
from-
random email
or
Miss
text.
Hall, we're sorry, we're not gonna be able. No, I'm right here in your face. What you got, buddy?
Exactly. Tell me no so that I know it's an emphatic
Tell me no so I can grow.
There you go.
Okay.
Tell me no so I
Tell
can
me
grow.
no so I can grow. And
What
then
do I
we
need
can
to
move
change about my pitch in order for you to be a client of mine or a
Right.
customer of
Right.
mine? So. But that's believing in yourself to the point where you say, listen, I'm not, even if you tell me no, this is not a fail, it's still a win.
It's a win-win. Because you still got my book in your hand, whether you bought it or not,
Exactly.
and I'm still in your brain.
Exactly.
All right.
So, man.
Moving on.
So, you know what? You had brought up something earlier, and we were talking about, not to change the subject, but we are changing the subject. We were talking about a lot of the trends that are happening now with the kids and technology. And I'm a proponent for technology, especially advanced technology, because it's allowing us to do things in a manner in which was unprecedented 5-10 years ago. If you ever want to know where things are headed, watch a kid. Watch an 8-year-old kid with an iPhone. Watch an 8-year-old kid with a laptop.
Right.
Watch what they do.
There's so many different things that those kids do, and not only what they do currently with the technology, what they're going to create with the technology as it comes to them.
Exactly.
They create so many different types of jobs, so many different types of schooling mechanisms, so many.
Really, they're not even creating jobs. They're actually creating their own paths. They just don't know it yet.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not being presented in a way that this is a job that, someone's going to pay you X amount of dollars for once you turn 17.
Okay, see, this is why I said jobs. Okay, back 10, 12 years ago, social media wasn't even a big deal, right?
Right.
Now, social media is a big deal. Kids are on their phone, on Instagram, right?
Right.
They're turning into jobs because I say that because now I have 50,000 followers on Instagram, right? Just regular.
You have an audience.
I have an audience now. Now I have created a blog. My Instagram has turned into a blog because I have 50,000 people who are interested in what I'm posting on my page.
And what you have to say.
I am selling space. I am selling posts. I am selling real estate on my site. Creating
digital
a job.
real estate.
Yeah,
there
digital real estate. Creating a job for myself. And sometimes those Instagram accounts and those Facebook accounts grow into actual businesses where they have now employed 2 other kids to run their account because they cannot handle it.
You know what? You're absolutely
You see
right.
what I'm saying? It's created a whole new wave of blogs of people because you have artists, you have authors, you have rappers, all trying to get in the public eye. If you have an audience already, then I'm going to come to you.
Exactly.
That's why we have stuff like the Shade Room and what is it? Yacht Money TV. Shouts out to Yacht Money.
Never heard of that, but now I'm going to check out Yacht Money TV.
Shouts out to Sean Cotton with Say Cheese TV. Same thing.
Gotcha.
World Star Hip Hop. Like all of them have been famous or becoming famous and monetizing a social media outlet.
Their platform. Wow. That's, that's mind blowing. And similar to what we're doing right now, what I realize what's happening with what we're doing with Aspire to Inspire Television TV, is that we wanted to have a show that we could take to Fox or say 39 or CBS or NBC or ABC News, right? They're not going to give us that platform. So what we said we were going to do was, we're going to create our own platform. We're going to do what we do, when we want to do it, and how we want to do it, and have full creative control over what we do and what we say.
Right.
And where we want to take this.
Right.
Now, if we had to sit and wait back for something to happen, we'd be sitting here till we were about 75 years old.
I don't have that kind of time.
I don't have that kind of time either. But you tuning in, you checking out the videos, you becoming a part of our audience and giving us feedback, it really gives us direction,
right,
and lets us know that we can do exactly what they're doing on Fox with the Isaiah Factor. We actually might have a better viewership than what they have on Fox. And now they're going to tune in to see what we're doing and how they can actually associate themselves with us.
Right.
And that's the power of this social media platform. And I love what the kids are doing. I love where they're taking it, where they're pushing the boundaries. And they're saying, look, I'm not limited by those rules because I never even knew those rules existed.
right,
And what I think a lot of people, even in life, with what you believe is what you become,
right,
they're governing themselves by a set of rules that are non-existent today,
yeah.
and that's going to be to their detriment.
Yeah, don't limit yourself at all, especially if you're trying something new or different, or don't limit yourself because you never know what could happen or how it could turn out.
Oh man, I just love where the show goes with the week. We don't meet up, we don't have board meetings about what we're going to talk about.
It's just all impromptu, live, fun, action.
Exactly. What
know?
we do, if she interrupts me, and it's live. And there's no script for that. If I
You
interrupt,
can't say nothing about it.
Exactly. See? So if someone's walking in the background with their latte and they're coming out with their books to read and they want to chime in and see, and throw their face in the video,
Right.
they do that because
They
it's
give
live.
it. They get free fun.
So, but to say that is to say this is how we're being impactful, how we're empowering others, and how we're leaving our imprint on others.
Right, right. I mean, we definitely aspire to inspire. Of course, that's why we named the show Inspire to Inspire. But we're here for you guys because we know what it feels like to struggle. We know what it feels like to go through things personally and, business-wise. So we have years of experience to actually, help. And we've become life coaches, and I love it.
I love it.
Because we are experiencing life, and who can teach you better than someone who's actually experiencing what you are going through or what you may go through in the future.
Exactly. You know what's funny is that I see a lot of people who set up platforms to teach people things about business, but they've never owned the business.
Right.
They've never actually put themselves in a position to fail at a business, and I'm thankful that I was able to fail, learn from it, and grow from it.
Right.
What we said a few weeks ago, is that what you go through, you grow through.
Right.
It's real, especially in business, especially in the world that we're living in. If you've always succeeded from the jump, when you face adversity and it's on a visceral level, you're not going to know how to handle that because you haven't created a blueprint to overcome that situation.
Right. And how long have you been in business, Chris?
Since I was in the third grade.
See, and
Third grade.
Well, he'll tell you that story one day, but it's amazing. And I've been in business for going on 7 years now. So, I mean, it's all a process. Obviously, he's an old head. He's been hitting it since the third grade.
Old head.
No, I'm talking about in business.
Business.
Since the third grade, third grade, I'm just trying to get the candy he's selling. You know what I'm saying? But,
And that's a funny thing. You never realize that those experiences and those trials or those hardships that you're going through trying to make something work.
Right.
That journey, you really need to appreciate that and respect it a lot more, because once you get to that destination, it might not be what you planned for it to be.
Right.
But that journey, you remember that entire trip. I was just talking to my friend Carlos Anthony, and I was remarking to him the other day that when we were in college and all of the football games that we played, there are certain spotlights that hit on certain memories. But what I do recall very vividly and very fondly are the practices. We prepared so much for a game. We had everything thrown at us as if it was, what if this happens scenario? What do you do? How do you adjust to this? Just like in life, you're being equipped to be able to handle adversity when it presents itself down the road.
Right.
Maybe not right now. You might not understand why your mother or your father is telling you certain things or preparing you for certain things, but it's a reason behind it.
Right.
So that when that really reveals itself, it allows you to handle it in a different way. That's why I think chess is so important, and why learning that game is going to be better than checkers all day.
Oh yeah.
So we're doing the live thing.
Chess is I'm always doing something on the side. Don't worry about me,
Oh,
Chris.
no, go ahead.
But
So she's doing the live thing. Is that on your page?
yeah.
Is that on your? Is it gonna stay stable if I move it? Oh nope.
You know, see?
There you go.
It's
Okay.
all right. But look, I love chess. I actually learned how to play chess last year, and I said this before. Like chess, it actually teaches you how to make maneuvers and how to move ahead, think ahead.
5, 6, 7
So it's
steps
almost
ahead.
like it's a tool to help you plan. Because if you're moving ahead and you're thinking ahead before you actually make a move, then
You're
that means
strategizing.
you're strategizing. You're moving things strategically so that you can excel in different ways that other people are not doing. I mean, I treat everybody like pawns now. It's just so different. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and then sometimes you can use a pawn to take your queen or king. You know what I'm saying? It's just
What do you have a specific value on?
Right.
If you pride yourself in having a queen that can move around the board and take advantage of a lot of different opportunities,
Right.
what happens if I challenge that position
Right.
and I want to take your queen?
right.
Well, you can do that with the pawn. You can do that with the rook, your knight, whatever.
Whatever, yeah.
It's strategy, just like in life.
Yeah.
Just like in life, there are going to be scenarios that you can take advantage of if you can pre-plan, outthink, outmaneuver, and outsmart. Right?
Yeah.
But that's believing you can do that.
I mean, he's taking the words right out of my mouth. I guess that's why I'm so mute this morning. I mean, he's taking the words right out of my mouth because it's just, we got to plan. We got to think ahead. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to just keep moving, be excited about life, and just go for the gusto.
Really?
Like, what do you have to lose?
Exactly. You didn't wake up one morning and say, I want to write a book. And then
Oh,
next
no.
thing you know, the book is out the next day.
No.
There's pre-planning to that, right?
Yeah.
There's a strategy behind it. And as you grow as an author, you're always looking for opportunities to take advantage of,
Right.
whether it's strategic alignment or building relationships with other authors and creating a community where you can actually go out and find a customer base or a client base
Right.
and service that base. It takes planning to do that. It takes experience because when you initially put your book out, you looked at it and said, it looks perfect. But then as you study it a little more, you
And I
find
look
it
at
had
other people's
mistakes.
books. I was like, okay, yeah, I need to throw this back and start over.
Let's start from scratch because my book doesn't look like that book and I want that polish. I want
Right.
that look. And I have a friend, Coach on Hurd. He's on Facebook at Smackwater, OG Smackwater, right? But he has a new book come out called The Top 5 Hip Hop. And what I said to him is that this is your first outing. Take advantage of it. Learn as much as you possibly can because there are some things that you're going to learn along the way that you're going to say, okay, I'm not going to do that again.
Right.
I'm going to fix this. I'm going
Right.
to present this in a different type of light. So, but I encourage him to continue because he's at the beginning. And if you're at the beginning, the things that you're going to learn along this trip are going to be invaluable.
Right. Always be open-minded and always take corrective criticism and always use advice. Don't let somebody give you advice and you don't use it. It's a reason
Wow.
somebody's giving you advice because they've either been through it, they're going to go through it, or they've been through it. I mean, take advice and heed to it, not opinions. Don't take, just because someone gives you advice though, you don't always have to do exactly as they would do, but just take some truth to it and then turn it into your own.
Especially if someone's been successful in a particular area and you appreciate that opinion,
Right.
you value that opinion.
Right.
Now that becomes more advice than anything.
Right.
And
Find you a mentor.
for the most part, I would say definitely find a mentor.
Yeah.
I've been the type of person that I look for certain qualities in people, not so much as a mentor, but to really study. I can just sit here. I can watch Sean. Check this out. I can watch Sean for about 2 hours. And once I figured out what she does in her writing style and how I can apply what she uses and those techniques to what I'm doing, it probably, more than likely, will make me a more prolific writer, a better writer, because I'm seeing the steps necessary. And that's why I say I like to inspire people by my action.
Right.
So watching you do certain things, I'll say, oh,
Right.
okay, I get it. Now,
Right.
I'm only going to ask a pertinent question when it's necessary. I'm not
Right.
just going to ask you random things that will hinder your process.
Right.
I'm going to ask you those questions that will actually help. So, mentors are great. I love the fact that someone would want to, you know what? I'm totally contradicting myself. You know what? This is real because I'm a mentor. I didn't even. I'm a mentor.
Is he crazy?
Because
He's a mentor.
I work
he mentors
with
people all the time.
all the time.
Shoot him dead. Bang,
Yeah,
bang.
bang, got me.
But
So-
I would say this though. For the longest, I always thought I needed a mentor,
Okay.
and I learned that the teacher doesn't come until the student is ready.
Right.
You know that.
You're absolutely right.
And I was always like, dang, I need somebody to help me go through this, da da da. But first, I had to help myself.
Wow, that's a good one.
Help myself so that they can see me in a different light.
We gotta
And
talk
then
on that.
Here I am, because I had an awesome guy. His name is Cy Hart, and he's a public speaker. And he's also an author. And he reached out to me one day, and he said, you know, I knew of him before he reached out to me. And he said, you're the most consistent person I've seen in a while. Normally, you see people put out a project and you don't hear from them, or they don't see the footwork behind it, or
Right.
they don't see anything extra that they've done. But I noticed that you put out a project, you push that, you put out another project, like you're here to stay, you're going, like you keep throwing bullet,
Right,
you know.
right. You're well
and
equipped.
I just had to reach out to you because I admire that. Even though he's on a certain level, you know, I
You never
admire.
know who's watching you.
And that's my point. You never know who's watching you. And when he reached out to me, I was ecstatic because I looked up to him, you know. And I was ecstatic because I know what caliber of guy he is
Right.
and what he's doing. So for a person to reach out to me because of what I'm doing, then I know I'm doing something right.
Well, that speaks volumes. That's actually a testament to your work ethic. And what did we say last week? Hard work, consistency, and patience.
Yes, hard work, consistency, and patience. And believe me, patience has been a true test for me. Because at one point I'm like, I got this book, everybody needs to buy it. Why didn't I buy it? You know?
Exactly.
But
I
it's
should have
not.
sold 3,000 books
Yeah, I should
today.
10 right now, you know. I did it. They should do it. You know, how many authors they know? They should buy it. But
Exactly.
it don't work like that.
It doesn't
you know?
work like that.
Whatever. You got to put hard work because I'm literally selling books out my trunk. You know what I'm saying?
And that's real.
That's just real. And I mean, I may sell 10,000, but I'm still going to sell you that book out of the trunk. Coming to me right now, I'm still going to sell you a book.
I got it
just
for
me.
you.
I got it for you. It matters if I got 10,000 in my bank account. I'm still going to sell you that book today.
Exactly.
You know, it's just my work ethic. Your work ethic has to mirror what you want to become because nobody's going to do it for you. You got to do it for yourself.
But that goes back to what we said initially. What you believe is what you become.
Right.
It's serious. And a lot of people don't believe in themselves enough.
Yeah.
Not that they don't believe in themselves. They don't believe in themselves enough.
Right.
And once you start to believe in yourself to the point where it doesn't matter what other people think,
Right.
and I'm not guided by what other people think, you're going to be exactly what you set out to become.
Right.
Do it. Period. Just do it. It's serious. So, what do you think?
I think that's good, Chris. That's
I think-
valuable information.
I would, next week we're going to have a forum, and we wanted to do that this week, which was we want you guys to give us the topics for our next
Yeah, that's
episode.
what we'll do. In the comments in this video, how about you guys go ahead and post what you want us to talk about next week. So
Exactly.
let's get that rolling right
yeah,
now.
Yeah, let's get that rolling right
Yeah.
now. If you tell us, let's make it with a purpose. If you give us pertinent topics or ask us pertinent questions that we can elaborate on our show, that person that's singled out with the best question, we will send you something.
Okay, now is it a question or if we choose the topic?
Let's say choose a topic.
Okay, the person's topic that we choose will receive a free t-shirt.
Free t-shirt. So
You like
if
free
you,
stuff.
Yeah, I like free stuff all the time, especially if you got my size. And if you have my size, it's a 3X. I'm kind of big up here. I got a little big upper body, so Hard Body University has been working me out.
You know
doing
what?
something. So,
We're going to have to talk.
oh, Hard Body Howard is back in Houston. He was away. He was actually fulfilling some contractual obligations. He called me this morning and let me know that he's back in town and he will have your Hard Body University
All right.
package put together. So
I'll let you
Hard
know.
Body Howard, LaShawn is waiting on you.
Yes,
So,
I am. Okay, I
So
am.
know
You
that.
see these guns? All right, good. They coming.
she got some 22s over here.
Oh. Bang,
She's
bang.
got some 22s, but they work.
They work.
They
though.
work.
Oh,
So,
that's funny.
but I think that's gonna take us conclude our episode for today. What do you think?
Yeah, that's awesome. And shouts out to Jason McDonald. He says he was thinking about that topic, motivating, inspiring others, the children. He's been struggling with that a lot lately.
Really?
Jason, all I can say is to you is just make sure you stay positive, and kids are very impressionable. You have to show them. They go by what they see. You can talk all day, but they go by what they see. And if they see you down, or if they see you, not the usual teacher that we see every day, it's going to rub off on them. So create environments that are conducive to everybody being happy, everybody being strong, and everybody being in a good mind, in a good place.
And learning.
And learning, for sure.
You learn in different levels and from different plateaus.
Right.
So.
Kids love excitement, and sometimes it may be hard within yourself, but you have to motivate them and find creative ways to motivate them.
Yes.
Kids love creativity, and they love bright colors. It depends on your age group as well. They love bright colors. They love to do things with their hands, and they like to win things. They love to be challenged. They love to be challenged. It'll all work out for you. Just keep that in mind.
Let me respond to Jason right quick.
Go ahead.
And this is why I say let me get this out here. I gotta kick myself in the butt, because as much as I just said, mentoring, I don't look to mentors as much as Sean, but I actually do. And because I am a mentor myself, and I work with kids that are at-risk kids. We have a nonprofit organization called HACAP, which is the Houston Area Community Action Program. And within that program, we have a Made for Success program that works specifically with kids 13 and under. And MADE is making a difference every day for success. And this is where we teach kids about the stock market. We teach them about life skill training. We actually work with them on financial literacy. Jason, if you send us a direct message, I will send you the PDF of the magazine that we have called Made for Success. You're going to be seeing Sean in that magazine in the next issue. But I would love to give you information if possible, and if it could be of help to you, and if you actually need someone to come out and help you work with the kids, I'm all for that. I do a lot of speaking engagements where I'm talking to the youth, and this is the future. The youth are the future, and we have a fiduciary duty in order to help them graduate to that next level, and that next level is adulthood, because as they grow, you grow.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So that's my thing. And I think as much as I say I think God cursed me with ambition, he blessed me with two beautiful children, and that has really opened up my eyes to seeing things from a totally different perspective. And if you're a parent, business person, it's a struggle, but trust that struggle and just continue to believe, be steadfast in your belief in God and your faith, and that what you're doing, it has a purpose, and it's going to be impactful. Exactly.
Yes.
Like my boy Dr. Lee say, grinding for a purpose. Young Slap, he says that he has a t-shirt line called Grinding for a Purpose. I'm going to have to get a couple of those so we can talk about it. But
if you have any questions, feel free to DM us on Facebook, and you also can email us at aspire2inspiretv@gmail.com. Aspire 2 inspire@gmail.com. You can check out our website, aspire2inspire.weebly.com. Just hit Chris and I up. We're always here. And always here, and we look forward to you guys. And for you guys that have businesses and you are entrepreneurs, if you have any product that you'd like us to advertise, feel free to send us an email at aspire2inspire@gmail.com. Remember, aspire2 inspire@gmail.com. We would love to incorporate your material in segments.
Yes, and actually, I think what we're going to start doing is incorporating little commercials in our segments to highlight who it is we're talking about.
Exactly.
So that's, as we grow, you grow.
As we grow, you grow.
And so continue to give us that necessary feedback and continue to give us that positive energy.
I don't know, Chris. We got mics this week. What we gonna have next week? It's so exciting.
I don't know, so I'm gonna just keep.
Awesome.
I don't know what we're gonna do next week, so we'll got to do something to top this. So.
We'll figure it out.
But for Aspire to Inspire, I'm Christopher White.
And I'm Lashandra Hall.
And what's your saying?
Be good, be kind, be you.
And continue blessings and continue success. And we will see you next week.